Good morning, everyone. My name is Abdillah Ghifari, and today I will be presenting my midterm essay titled The Hidden Benefit of Not Wearing a Helmet While Cycling, where I will be explaining the positive side of not wearing a helmet that most people overlook. Before I present my argument, I would like to show you these two pictures. As we can see in picture 1, we can see people riding their bicycle without their helmet, while in picture 2, we can see people riding their bicycle with their helmet. If I would ask you which one is safer, most of you probably choose picture 2, because of course, helmets protect your head from a fall. But I would argue that actually the people in picture 1 are actually at less risk than people in picture 2. The following is my argument on why I think so. My first argument is that riders are less likely to get head injury while cycling. In the pie chart, we can see the result of a study by a team of scientists in the San Diego area in 1978. The result revealed that only 6% of total head injury in 1978 is caused due to bike-related incident, which is the lowest of all the modes of transportation. So, with a low chance of suffering head injuries, riding a bike without a helmet is perfectly fine as long as the rider is careful. My second argument is that helmets encourage driving fast and dangerously. A study by the University of New South Wales concludes that without a helmet, cyclists will drive more carefully, ride slower, and maintain distance from other vehicles and pedestrians compared to a cyclist wearing a helmet. This happens because helmets provide a false sense of security, while the cyclist believes that even if he or she crashes, his head will be protected. This actually leads me to my third argument. Helmets don't actually protect riders from neck injury. While the helmet might secure the cyclist's head, a study by Rune Elvik indicates that the helmet does not protect the cyclist from a neck injury. Furthermore, it might actually make the condition worse because it might lead to an increase in neck injury potential due to the increased mass to the head while wearing a helmet, especially if the helmet is heavy. And lastly, or my fourth argument, is that drivers that wearing a helmet change how other drivers react to cyclists. An experiment conducted by Dr. Ian Walker revealed that vehicles keep more distance from people not wearing a helmet than if they wear a helmet. This may be caused by the driver thinking that helmeted cyclists are more experienced and protected if they got into an accident, while the driver might go out of their way to maintain distance with cyclists not wearing a helmet to ensure that the cyclist does not get into an accident because they perceive them as inexperienced and unprotected. Currently, countries like Australia and New Zealand is currently debating whether they should make wearing helmets mandatory for all their citizens. While the responses are mixed, I argue that enforcing mandatory helmet wearing might actually be harmful because it makes it more dangerous for the cyclists instead. This is because the more cyclists there are on the road, the safer it is to cycle. This is what's called safety in numbers. As we can see in the slide, by making helmets mandatory, it will discourage people to take their bikes for their daily activity, thus reducing the amount of cyclists. And the less cyclists there are, the more dangerous the environment will be for cyclists that remain, because there will be an increase in motor vehicle usage from people giving up cycling. So, if mandatory helmet is not the solution, how do we make it safer for the cyclists? For this, we can look at the country most known for its amount of cyclists, the Netherlands. As we can see in the picture, the majority of people in the Netherlands there doesn't wear their helmet. But Netherlands is known to be the least dangerous country for cyclists in the world. This is because first, they have safety in number, as previously mentioned, but also because they have a road system that separates them from the fast-moving vehicle, making it safer for them to travel safely. Both of this can be seen in the picture. This concludes my argument on why I believe that not wearing a helmet might be safer, or at least as safe as wearing a helmet. Before I end this presentation, I want you to take away these 3 points. The first is that we shouldn't ignore the benefit I've already mentioned that not wearing a helmet could bring. Second, enforcing everyone to wear a helmet isn't the correct way to make cycling safer, but it is by encouraging people to cycle more and building bike lanes that will be able to make the roads safer for cyclists. Third and lastly, we are now able to understand why people would prefer to ride their bicycle without helmets. So we cannot ridicule or berate them for not wearing a helmet. This marks the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening, and I hope everyone listening can gain new insight on bike safety that could be useful in the future.